There was a time in my life when I believed that some people are simply born confident, born fluent, born gifted. I used to think that English belongs to those who studied in expensive schools, those who grew up watching English movies, those who never struggled to introduce themselves in front of people. But life has a strange way of teaching us that confidence is not born, it is built. Language is not magic, it is practice. And English is not a measure of intelligence, it is only a skill that anybody can learn. I want you to stop making English a mountain in your mind. Stop looking at it like a punishment. Stop thinking that you need 10 grammar books before you can speak one sentence. The biggest mistake people make is that they prepare for years but never speak. They memorize rules but freeze during conversations. They know tenses but cannot say "how are you" with confidence. And then they think they are weak. No, you are not weak. You are only afraid of making mistakes. Listen to me carefully. Babies do not learn language through grammar books. They learn through listening, repeating, trying, failing, laughing, and speaking again. A child says broken sentences for years, but nobody humiliates the child. Why do adults punish themselves for not being perfect immediately? You do not need boring grammar to start speaking English. You need courage. You need consistency. You need simple sentences repeated every day until your tongue becomes comfortable. For the next 7 days, forget perfection. Forget difficult vocabulary. Forget trying to sound like a foreigner. Your goal is simple. Speak a little English every single day. Day 1 is all about introducing yourself. Most people want to speak advanced English without mastering basic introductions. Start small. Say, "My name is Ali. I live in Pakistan. I'm learning English. I want to improve my speaking." Simple, easy, powerful. Now speak these lines while looking in the mirror. Do not whisper, speak loudly. Your ears must hear your own English. At first, your voice may shake. You may feel shy, but remember, every confident speaker was once nervous. Now add emotion. I am happy today. I am tired. I feel excited. I feel nervous. Language is not only words, language is feelings. Imagine somebody asks you, "How are you?" Instead of staying silent, answer, "I am fine. I am doing great. I am a little busy today." You see, conversation has already started. Day 2 is about daily actions. The biggest secret of speaking English is this: describe your life in English. When you wake up, say, "I am waking up. I am brushing my teeth. I am drinking tea. I am going to work. I am studying." Do not worry about perfect grammar. Focus on communication. A man once told me, "Madam, I know grammar, but I cannot speak." I asked him, "Do you practice speaking every day?" He said, "No." That was the answer. Speaking is like walking. You cannot learn walking by reading a book. You learn by moving your legs. In the same way you learn English by moving your tongue. Start speaking about everything around you. This room is small. The weather is hot. My phone is old. I like this food. Tiny sentences create powerful confidence. Day 3 is about listening. Most people want to speak without listening, but language enters through the ears before it comes out from the mouth. Listen to English every day, not difficult news channels. Start with simple videos. Listen to short conversations. Pause and repeat. For example, "What are you doing?" "I am reading a book." Repeat again and again. Your mouth must copy the sound. Do not feel embarrassed if your pronunciation is not perfect. Even native speakers have different accents. Confidence matters more than accent. I have seen people with broken English changing their lives because they were brave enough to speak. And I have seen highly educated people remain silent because they were scared of mistakes. Which one do you want to become? Day 4 is about thinking in English. Most learners translate every sentence from their mother tongue. That is why they become slow and confused. Instead of translating, train your mind to think directly in English. When you see water, think water. When you feel hungry, think I am hungry. When you are sleepy, think I want to sleep. Your mind becomes stronger when English becomes part of your daily thinking. At first, it feels strange, but slowly your brain adapts. A student once told me, I cannot think in English. I said, you also could not walk when you were born, but you learned. Everything becomes easier with repetition. Day 5 is about conversation practice. Do not wait for the perfect partner. Speak with yourself if nobody is available. Ask yourself, what did I do today? Answer, I went to the market. I talked to my friend. I watched a video. Speak alone while cooking, walking, or driving. Some people laugh at those who talk to themselves in English. Ignore them. People laugh at beginners but admire experts. Every expert was once a beginner nobody believed in. You must protect your dream and remember this carefully. Fluency does not mean speaking fast. Fluency means speaking without fear. Even slow English is beautiful if spoken confidently. Day 6 is about learning useful sentences instead of difficult rules. Many students waste years learning complicated grammar terms they never use in real life. Learn practical English. How much is this? Can you help me? I do not understand. Please repeat. Where are you from? What do you do? These sentences can help you in real conversations immediately. Suppose you visit a shop. You can say, I want this. How much does it cost? Do you have another color? Simple English can solve real problems. English is not a school subject anymore. It is a life skill. It can help you get a better job. It can help you communicate online. It can help you learn from the world. It can help you grow your confidence. But only if you stop being afraid. Day 7 is about becoming fearless. By now, you have already spoken English for 6 days. Maybe not perfectly, maybe with mistakes, but you spoke. That is victory. Now make a promise to yourself. You will never again say, my English is weak. Instead say, I am improving every day. Words shape identity. If you keep calling yourself weak, your mind believes it. Change your language about yourself. A person who says, I cannot speak English, closes the door before trying. A person who says, I am learning English, keeps the door open. Your mindset matters. I know many people who come from small villages, ordinary families, government schools, and difficult backgrounds. Yet today they speak English confidently because they refused to quit. Do not compare your chapter 1 with somebody else's chapter 20. Social media has made people impatient. They want fluency in 1 week. Relax. Even your native language took years. But if you practice daily, you will notice something beautiful. Your fear will start disappearing. And fear is the real problem, not grammar. When fear leaves, words begin to flow. I want you to understand another important thing. Mistakes are proof that you are trying. A child says, I got there. The sentence is wrong, but the child is learning. In the same way, if you say, she go to school, do not hate yourself. Correct it gently. She goes to school. Then continue speaking. Do not stop your entire conversation because of one mistake. Perfectionism destroys confidence. Communication builds confidence. You know what is more powerful than perfect grammar? Courage. The world respects people who try. I remember meeting students who apologized before speaking English. Sorry, my English is very bad. Why are you apologizing for learning? Nobody apologizes for learning driving. Nobody apologizes for learning swimming. Then why apologize for learning English? Be proud of your effort. Every sentence you speak is progress. And let me tell you something honestly. Most conversations in daily life use very simple English. You do not need complicated vocabulary to communicate. Instead of saying, I am experiencing exhaustion, say, I am tired. Instead of saying, it is immensely beautiful, say, it is very beautiful. Simple English is natural English. Another powerful habit is reading aloud. Take a short paragraph and read it loudly every day. Your tongue becomes flexible. Your pronunciation improves. Your confidence grows. Even 5 minutes daily can change your speaking. Consistency is stronger than intensity. 1 hour once a month cannot help you. 10 minutes daily can transform you. And please stop laughing at your own accent. Your accent tells your story. You are not trying to become someone else. You are simply learning another language. Never be ashamed of where you come from. Some of the most inspiring speakers in the world speak English with different accents. Yet people listen because confidence is attractive. Confidence comes from practice. You know what destroys learning? Shame. The fear that people will judge you. Let them judge. People judged every beginner who later became successful. If you wait for approval before starting, you will remain stuck forever. Speak anyway. Speak with mistakes. Speak with fear. Speak with hesitation. But speak. Because silence never improves language. Action does. And there is another truth nobody tells you. Sometimes your family or friends may not support your learning journey. They may laugh when you speak English. They may say, why are you acting smart? Ignore it. Growth often looks strange to people who refuse to grow. Protect your dream quietly. One day the same people will ask you, how did your English become so good? And the answer will be simple. I practiced every day. You do not need magic. You do not need talent. You do not need expensive courses. You need repetition. Repeat useful sentences daily. Good morning. How was your day? I understand. I do not know. Can you explain? I will try again. These small sentences slowly build a strong foundation. A building is not made in one day. It is built brick by brick. English works the same way. One sentence, one conversation, one practice session at a time. And suddenly one day you realize something amazing. You are no longer translating. You are no longer panicking. You are speaking naturally. That moment changes your confidence forever. Because language is freedom. Freedom to express. Freedom to connect. Freedom to dream bigger. Do not learn English to impress people. Learn English to empower yourself. Learn it so you can access knowledge. Learn it so you can speak without fear. Learn it so opportunities do not scare you anymore. And remember this forever. Your background does not decide your future. Your habits do. So if you truly want to speak English, stop waiting for the perfect time. Start now. Start with broken sentences. Start with simple words. Start with daily practice. But start. Because 7 days of fearless practice can teach you more than 7 years of silent studying. And one day, you will smile while speaking English, remembering the version of yourself who was once afraid to say even one sentence. That is the power of courage. That is the power of consistency. And that is the moment your voice finally becomes stronger than your fear. Do not underestimate the power of one new sentence learned every day. Most people think transformation only happens through giant changes, but life changes quietly, slowly. One small improvement repeated daily becomes a completely different personality after 1 year. Imagine learning just 5 useful English sentences every single day. In 1 month, you will know more than 150 sentences. In 1 year, you will carry thousands of expressions inside your mind. That is not small progress. That is a new life. But most people never reach that stage because they quit too early. They become impatient. They say, I practiced for 3 days, but I still cannot speak fluently. My dear, even plants need time before they grow into trees. Why do you expect your confidence to bloom overnight? You have to fall in love with the process. When you make tea, speak English. When you walk outside, speak English. When you use your phone, speak English. This is my phone. I'm opening YouTube. I'm sending a message. I'm feeling sleepy. Turn your life into a classroom. The beautiful thing about English is that you do not need a special environment to learn it. You carry your learning environment everywhere. Your mouth is your practice partner. Your ears are your teachers. Your daily life is your lesson. And please stop saying, I don't have time. Most people spend hours scrolling social media, watching random videos, listening to gossip, comparing their lives with strangers online. But when it comes to improving themselves, suddenly they have no time. The truth is painful sometimes. We make time for what we truly value. Even 15 focused minutes every day can create extraordinary improvement. 15 minutes of listening, 15 minutes of repeating, 15 minutes of speaking without fear. That is enough to begin changing your future. I also want you to stop trying to memorize difficult vocabulary just to sound intelligent. Some learners collect big words like trophies, but cannot hold a simple conversation. Real communication is simple. Imagine somebody asks, "What did you eat today?" And instead of answering naturally, you freeze because you are searching for fancy vocabulary. Language should feel alive, not heavy. Speak naturally. I ate rice. I drank tea. I had breakfast late. Simple sentences build real fluency. And one more thing, do not wait until your grammar becomes perfect before speaking. If you do that, you may remain silent forever. Grammar improves through speaking. The more conversations you have, the more naturally your brain begins understanding patterns. Children do not study grammar first, they speak first. Grammar comes later. You must remove this fear from your heart. What if people laugh at my English? Let them laugh. People laughed at every person who dared to improve themselves. They laugh when you begin, then they become silent when you improve. Then they ask for advice when you succeed. Never let temporary embarrassment destroy permanent growth. A student once told me, "Whenever I speak English, my hands shake." I asked, "Do your hands shake when speaking your native language?" He smiled and said, "No." Then I told him, "That means the problem is not language. The problem is fear." Fear disappears only through repetition. The first video you record in English may feel uncomfortable. The first voice note may sound strange. The first conversation may be full of mistakes. But every attempt weakens fear. One day you will speak naturally and wonder why you were so scared in the beginning. Another powerful habit is imitation. Choose one English speaker you enjoy listening to. Maybe a motivational speaker, maybe a teacher, maybe an actor. Listen carefully to how they pause, how they pronounce words, how they express emotions, then copy them. Not because you want to become them, but because imitation trains your tongue. Children learn language through imitation. You can too. For example, if somebody says, "Never give up on yourself," pause the video and repeat, "Never give up on yourself." Again, and again, and again. Your pronunciation improves through repetition, not through stress. And please do not insult yourself by saying, "My English is garbage, my accent is horrible, I sound stupid." Would you speak so harshly to a child who is learning? No. Then why attack yourself? Encourage yourself. Say, "I am learning, I am improving, I will become confident." Self-respect matters in learning. The voice inside your head becomes your future. I also want you to understand that confidence is not loudness. Some people think confident English means speaking fast and using difficult words. No, real confidence is calm, clear, fearless. A person who speaks slowly but confidently is more powerful than someone who speaks fast while panicking. Take your time, pause when needed, think before speaking. There is no race. And remember this deeply. People care less about your mistakes than you think. Most people are too busy worrying about their own insecurities to analyze every word you say. Your mind exaggerates judgment. Free yourself from that prison. Speak because your voice deserves to exist. There are millions of intelligent people in the world whose talents remain hidden because they are afraid of speaking English. Imagine how many ideas never get shared, how many dreams remain trapped, how many opportunities disappear because somebody stayed silent. Do not let fear steal your future. Maybe your English is weak today. Maybe your pronunciation is unclear today. Maybe you hesitate while speaking today. But today is not permanent. Everything changes with practice. A weak speaker can become fluent. A shy student can become confident. A nervous learner can become fearless. Human beings are adaptable. Never underestimate what daily effort can do. And let me tell you something important for those who feel too old to learn English. Please remove that lie from your mind immediately. There is no age limit on growth. I have seen teenagers become fluent. I have also seen parents and grandparents learning English courageously. As long as your heart is alive, your mind can learn. Do not compare your beginning with somebody else's middle. Some people had opportunities you never had. Some studied in better schools. Some grew up hearing English daily. That is their journey. Focus on yours. Your progress matters more than comparison. If yesterday you knew 5 sentences and today you know 10, you are already winning. Celebrate small victories. When you understand one new word, celebrate. When you speak one sentence confidently, celebrate. When you overcome fear for even 1 minute, celebrate. Growth becomes enjoyable when you stop insulting your progress. And there is another secret to learning English faster. Connect emotions with words. Do not memorize random vocabulary lists without meaning. Connect words with your real life. Instead of memorizing the word hungry, use it. I am hungry. Instead of memorizing excited, say, I am excited about my future. Emotion helps memory. That is why you remember painful moments and beautiful moments clearly. Emotion creates connection. So make English personal. Talk about your dreams, talk about your struggles, talk about your family, talk about your goals. Your English becomes stronger when it carries your real emotions. And please, stop being ashamed of slow progress. Slow progress is still progress. A person walking slowly towards success will still reach somewhere. A person sitting silently in fear will remain stuck forever. Movement matters more than speed. I know you want fluency quickly, I understand. But language is not a switch that turns on overnight. It is more like sunrise. Slowly the darkness disappears. Slowly the light increases. One day you suddenly realize the sun has risen. That is how confidence grows too. Quietly, gradually, powerfully. So continue practicing. Continue repeating. Continue trying. Even on days when you feel embarrassed, even on days when you feel tired, even on days when you think you are not improving, especially on those days. Because discipline matters more than motivation. Motivation comes and goes. Discipline keeps moving. And one day, the same English that once scared you will become part of your personality. You will speak naturally. You will understand conversations. You will express your thoughts without panic. Not because you were born talented, but because you refused to quit.